take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail heroic. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. Both good, important news are new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. And the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a seaport planet. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest. The special pride never written before or since. Tall words proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Kapla, and good Sunday morning to people in the United States, Sunday afternoon to those in Europe, and Sunday night to those, I don't know, elsewhere in the world. It is, yes, I came on this morning. I am, knock wood, I am still feeling good. I actually wasn't sure if I was going to come on, but I figured I've come on every Sunday morning for a while. So if I didn't come on, then people would worry I wasn't okay. And yeah, we'll come on for a little bit before Anti-Trekker and just do our normal open line Sunday. Now, unlike the last several weeks, you can see I am not flying a plane. I decided to revisit Cities Skylines. This is a bustling city of 191,737 people. It is mostly profitable, although at the moment we're showing a deficit. I've been running this city for hours and hours and hours, so it's actually increased from 6 million to 7.5 million in the treasury. So I'm sure given time, it will just different times of the year, we bring in different amounts of money. It's a profitable city. It's been going for a while. It was originally my 1 square city challenge, and then I went ahead and bought out the rest of the city. We've made it as big as we can make it without mods to buy squares of the map you're not supposed to be able to buy. I stopped caring about the challenge. I put in the rocket launch center, even though it takes up a big chunk of the map, but we can launch this rocket a little bit later. And so I figured what we're going to do, and I tried this once before, was we're going to defund the police because it's 2020. And we're going to see what happens. Now, last time I tried this was on a significantly smaller city, more like a town, and it crashed the game. As surprisingly as it was, I didn't think that was going to happen. It actually crashed the game. I suspect it was just I hadn't played in a while, and I had a ton of mods. So the game has been running really good. Like I said, I ran this game, this particular map, probably 20 to 30 hours in the last couple weeks, and no problems. So if it crashes again, then that's that's something with the game and the police. So we have a decent demand across residential, commercial, industrial. Like I said, we're at 191,000 and change population. The city is working. The traffic could be better. The traffic right now is probably at what, 64%. It's actually up. I had been working on it. I had got it up from the 50s to the 60s. There's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of traffic because this was planned to be a one square city. I never intended to go past that square, and then of course I did. So, like a real cities, actually, decisions were made without ever thinking the city would grow to the point it did. So it's actually a pretty interesting parallel to the real world. Yeah, there are fires. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of fires in this city for reasons I can't quite figure out. I think we've got a lot of Kurdistani arsonists walking around, randomly lighting fires. Now, I have no evidence, but we'll find the evidence eventually to blame this on Kurdistan. But the heroic Karogan firefighters do come to the rescue, and they put out the fires. And welcome, Joseph Patrick, to the stream.
Greetings from the future.
So yeah, I didn't know. I forgot which channel I usually go on Sunday mornings.
I think it's the X channel, but it's a ridiculously low number of people watching you right now. It's like
it happens.
Yeah,
it happens.
But it's okay. But it's something like 7 a.m. where you are at 6 a.m. Central. So yeah.
Usually when I go on Sunday mornings, I start earlier, so I think I pick up some of the late night crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, today I didn't go on as early, so I think the late night crowd has already gone to sleep, or left.
There was like karaoke and karaoke after show and everything.
Right.
And it's over now, so those are most probably sleeping, and you will get maybe some more Europeans right now. Well, but it's actually it's UK. It's lunchtime, 12 o'clock right now. So yeah. Who knows?
Whether we do or not, it's okay.
It's
not really the big deal.
I don't need to pay $50 to be with you here all alone.
Yeah, the fact that there's no super chats today on the X channel. I didn't even put up the donate link. It doesn't matter. This is for me.
I even meant those channel members.
Oh, the channel members. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's right. Well, we don't have membership on this channel.
On this channel, even there's no.
Yeah, although you are still a friend of Karoga, so thank you for being
always
a friend of Karoga. Okay, so it's time to defund the police. We're going to go to the economy? Yeah, the economy tab. We're going to go to the budget.
The last time you did this, the game crashed, right?
The game crashed, yes. Yes, it did. Okay, so the police, I don't know why. I should probably look as to why they have two sliders for each. Like you would think the tooltip would tell me. The number of vehicles police buildings have depends on the budget. And this is the same tooltip for both sliders. So I really don't get why there's two sliders. I'm also really upset that you can only reduce it to 50%.
Something like more types of police force?
I think one might be police and one might be prisons something. But, this is where they should tell you this in the game. There's no reason why when I mouse over, it shouldn't tell me, this affects X, Y, and Z, and this affects A, B, and C. You just have to anyway, it doesn't matter. So we went from overfunding the police to defunding it by 50% of its requested budget. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. If the city's well built, maybe nothing will happen. I have it on max speed, but because we have almost 192,000 population, it's slow, Everything is being, calculated.
I don't know how you could run this game with, I don't know, 8 gigs of memory, or I don't know.
Now, if you did nothing else and you didn't build cities to 200,000 people, I mean, understand this game really, not that it's supposed to, but after 65,000, you start getting bugs and stuff because it can only simulate 65,000 vehicles. So after that, like if there's a fire and all 65,000 cars and trucks are already on the road, it literally can't generate a fire engine or a helicopter until one of them disappears, like you just saw. You're seeing some disappear on this road. So until things disappear, then it gets priority to put out police and helicopters and garbage trucks. And there's just so many city services.
Hello, Rambling.
Good morning, Rambling Canuck. Hello.
You're not sleeping after karaoke.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were supposed to carry. I so wanted to stay up for karaoke last night, but I couldn't. I just felt like singing last night. Felt like singing. Cause you know why? Because I watched The Boys and they have a very Billy Joel heavy soundtrack. And I was gonna sing a Billy Joel song or two. But then I realized no, it was too late. I was tired. And Rambling needs to do a midday.
And hello, 47 Yorktown.
Applaud 47 Yorktown. A midday karaoke for us people who are asleep. Hey, so one of the things that the budget that the defunding the police has done was really increase the amount of money we're making because we don't have to pay police officers. So that was a nice side effect. Let's see what the city statistics are. So this is our population. Okay. This little dip here was when I destroyed the entire city and rebuilt it from scratch. Okay, so we got good population. Let's check. Let's see. Birth rate, death rate. Okay, it really doesn't affect police so much. Employment is very good. Tourists, let's see. Tourism took a little bit of a dip. I don't know if that's already because of the police, but we'll see. Happiness is I'm surprised. I work pretty hard to make people happy. I would have thought they'd be a little happier, but okay, we can live with that. It's this only goes to 60. Oh, see, I hate when graphs start at something other than 0. This isn't realistic.
Criminality? What's the criminality?
Criminality? Where do you see criminality?
I don't know if you have. It's too small.
Oh, yeah. There should be crime. Maybe. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, like crime. Sorry, not criminality.
Cyclists, casualties collapsed. No. City treasury, budget, value, taxation, population, influx, employment percentage, available jobs, education levels, students, tourist tax income, happiness, residential, commercial, industrial, office, prisoners. I guess that's the closest we can get is prisoners, although I don't know how it's going to work when we get rid of all of our prisons. And why do we need prisons? Prisons just make crime go up. The less prisons you have, the less people you have in jail, the better you are. At least that's what I've learned from living in New York. If we have no prisons, we'll have no criminals.
Sound logic. Yes.
It is, right? That is solid logic. So you know what? I think
I can tell you one thing: if they wouldn't test people on the virus, there would be no cases.
Yes, that's true. If we could stop testing people, then the virus number would stop increasing.
Yeah,
that's also sound logic, and that's why New York City, the latest thing going on here is that because too many areas, it's not that they have more cases than other areas of the city. It's that the percentage of the people who are tested, a higher percentage are coming back positive, which means that they've reduced the number of people who aren't sick getting tested, and only the actual sick people are getting tested.
Yeah, same here. That's why we have like right now from like 10% from all tested are positive.
Right. The positivity rate. Why are they reporting the positivity rate? They make it sound like the positivity rate means that the number of people are going up, when all it really means is that the number of people getting tested are getting, you're not getting people who aren't sick getting tested.
Yeah.
They could make the positivity rate go way down if we tested everybody.
But here people started breaking the rules, or basically avoiding some rules. And we have like local regions where we have like increased number of cases, but usually it's like, there was a wedding, 150 people, 70 of them tested positive. So immediately you and 70 in this in a country like we are, it's immediately like huge spike in numbers, and it happens like
Mr. Lundell.
And then you are done.
Hey.
Mr. Lundell, hello.
Hello.
Let's see, got a good old fire burning here. So far, I'm not seeing any great spike in crime. I'm not seeing anybody complain. You see, this is a well-mannered. This is still part of Karoga, so Karogas probably don't need all that many police. We'll go ahead and we'll start bulldozing some of the police buildings, because why fund them at all? We don't need no stinking police. So, the question is, what do we replace the police stations with? Let's see.
Obviously not schools.
No, we're not going to replace them with schools. Criminals in holding cell, 33. Well, we're going to let them. Well, you know what? You guys are getting a pardon, because it's just too expensive. It's too expensive to hold. Oh, don't be mad. You guys know you don't want police over, giving you tickets and stuff. Let's see. What should we put? What should we put in its place? I'm guessing some type of park or plaza. Oh, you know what? We're going to give them a basketball. No, it's too big. I can't believe a basketball court is bigger than the police station. Tennis court? No, also too big. I'm sorry, Joseph, what did you say?
Somewhere where big crowds of people can meet.
Yeah, I'm guessing a park of some type. Small park? Oh, no, small park is huge. What's this one? It's also, I don't want to destroy the other buildings. Large playground. What about you? No. Everything comes over. Huh. That's too bad. I guess we're going to have to go with a Japanese garden. Yeah, there we go. And people are happy. A Japanese garden, and then we'll go ahead and say you can, what do we need more? You guys can build some office space.
What I wanted to ask, you stopped with the number 4?
Am I what with the number 4?
You stopped with number 4. I mean, those stones.
Oh, so far, yes. Yeah. I mean, we'll see, but yeah, no more since the 4th one.
Damn.
I do have to. I have to retract. Issue a retraction on my measurements. Metric and stuff. Not the strongest suit of Americans. I was laying down, just about to lay down last night, and I was thinking, like, Jesus Christ, how is this one bigger? This fourth one was bigger than the previous, and I had measured a previous one at like 8 millimeters or something. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. It's almost a centimeter. There was no way I could have physically passed something a centimeter. I mean, I do know that centimeter is a good fraction of an inch.
It's it's almost like 2 point. Not really. It's something over a quarter of an inch, because an inch is 2.54 centimeters.
Right. So almost half an inch.
Yeah.
Close enough. So I realized that was just simply not possible. So the thing was, apparently, I didn't have a ruler, on hand. So I Googled on-screen ruler, and I went to a website that literally said most accurate on-screen ruler. And I just assumed that the, coding was correct so that it could figure out what size my monitor was and provide the right scale to the ruler. And then I assumed that when I put my stone up and it measured, 8.5 millimeters, that it was the correct reading. I neglected to keep reading the page because it put the ruler at the very top instead of the instructions. I actually had to calibrate the ruler using a credit card. So a credit card was supposed to be 8.5 centimeters wide. And once I put the credit card on the screen, I noticed that it was, in fact, like 12 centimeters wide. So they were way too close together, the lines. I had to drag it out. Once I recalibrated, the biggest stone, it was maybe 6 millimeters. And the other stones were like 4, and the small one was like 2.5.
Anyway, 6 millimeters.
It's still a lot.
It's huge.
But it's not as big as I thought it was. So I have to retract. I had to retract that officially to the record. Don't get me wrong. You still don't want to pass any of these.
No.
But, my brain, let's say, what's that called? Encoding, something. It's a certain type of test to make sure you're not getting complete garbage data. Oh, I knew it a minute ago. I was going to say it. Not a tolerance test. Sanity check. It was a sanity check. Yeah, when I was running my sanity checks yesterday, as I do most nights before I go to sleep, on everything I'd done that day, I was like, no, that number's wrong. That number's wrong. So we had trees burned down, and I had to destroy it. So
I just want to say hello to Evergem UK. I entered a live stream to hear Bert.
No, I wasn't fetishizing
about stones. My day just got a little weirder.
Kaplan Jedi Bill and Kaplan Aberjam.
Hello.
So anyway, Bird, shouldn't you be drinking like more water?
I am drinking more water. I got 3 bottles of water next to me right now. Now, I know they don't do any good next to me, but
yeah,
there's plenty of water.
Okay. I was just wondering. I'm like, and then the next question is, how do you get through the day without drinking water?
I drink a lot of water. It's not that I don't drink water. In fact, water's been the only thing I've been drinking for a week now. Water is 90% of what I drink on any given day.
So
probably 95.
What did you drink last week?
I don't know what happened last week. I really don't. Now I know these stones were in me. They knew they were in me when I was back in the hospital in May. They saw the stones in the kidneys, but they weren't doing anything. They, until the stones move, they don't really hurt anything. So it wasn't worth doing anything about them at the time. So
I thought they had methods to dissolve those things now.
They don't have great methods. There's two options, really. There's three. There's one is they just physically cut into your kidney and take them out, which is what I had happen once. Okay. The other two options is they stick a laser up your wiener and they blast it away, but that is basically as bad as surgery. And then the other is that you sit in a bathtub and then they ultrasound, they blast the stones into smaller pieces and you pass them that way. But neither of those they do on stones that are passing on their own. They only do them when the stone gets stuck. And you basically got to go to the hospital, or I suppose there might be an outpatient place that does the ultrasound. But the problem with the ultrasound is it messes up your pancreas. And there's a lot of I don't know if it's a side effect or what, but there's a lot of data out there showing people who've gotten that procedure had pancreas problems. And because I already had pancreatitis, and that was the initial cause of everything, I try to keep my pancreas happy, as they say. And so ultrasounding doesn't sound like the best idea.
And the other methods, no, thank you, as well.
Well, yeah. Plus, I mean, the very fact that I'd have to go to a hospital, they'd have to find a lift to lower me into a bathtub. It's not like I can just step into a bathtub. And then the other method with the laser, it's only if the stone's in a particular place. They can't go all the way up to the kidney. The stone, I guess, has to be between the bladder and the tip of the urethra to laser it, I guess.
Captain Trek, hello.
Welcome, Captain Trek. Again, if anybody else wants to come up, I'm sure the link is still there, but I'll put it in another time.
And Abraham, you can get the Wiener laser bird. I'll pay for it just as long as we can see your face.
You're knocked out when they do it. I would be asleep. So,
despite that, no, thank you. No,
I did have. They went in through it once to put in a stent back in 2013 or 2015. 2015. I had a stone that got stuck in my kidney. Or in the tube, and they went up through the wiener and put in a stent so that the urine could get past the tube, could get past the stone. And then that stent turned out to, or sometime during that procedure, they introduced a highly resistant bacteria,
right? Okay.
And I got a severe infection that I had to go back to the hospital. And literally, they billed the insurance like $200,000 for antibiotics to get through that. Now, did the doctor?
Did you eat like a truckload of antibiotics or what?
No, it was IV antibiotics, but they were like the most expensive antibiotic on earth because it was so resistant to everything else.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
JP's, welcome.
Welcome, Captain Track, to the panel.
Thank you. See if it'll work.
Abraham will pay extra to keep me awake. No.
Really? How much extra?
Don't. How was it? How am I going to say that?
Don't tempt him.
No, don't tempt me. Not me. I was going to tell Captain Track. I was going to say, don't sell off your wiener. I think he's thinking he can.
No, what we do is we save that money, put it in a big pool, and give it to Anti-Trucker if he eats live cockroaches.
Oh my God! I was going to say, don't say you're going to give it to Anti-Tracker, but for that, I think he would probably consider it.
He would.
I think he would consider it, and I'm not saying. Listen, Anti-Trigger may well be listening right now.
I know. So that's why I said it.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't feel like this is a breach of confidence or whatever. I think he'd be okay with me telling you this. Now, I'm not saying he intended for this to happen, but I want you to know that I have firsthand info that he did at least Google if it was safe to eat kidney stones. I'm not saying that he was going to do it, but he at least Googled if it was safe to. And then he couldn't find an answer.
Because I know that the internet is full of weird information, but
I was a little shocked when he told me this, because the only thing I could think was he really thinking that if somebody super chatted him enough that he would eat a kidney stone?
Why?
Anti-Tracker, if you're listening,
he was considering it.
I think we all knew that he was like, well, if he gets me this 3D printer, maybe he would have. Maybe he was going to do like it for $3,000 or something. But there was some number. There is some number where Anti-Tracker would consider eating a kidney stone. Mama Frey is looking at me very depressed.
He would have to eat someone else.
Yeah, I'd have to eat someone else's, because
this is like the spam.
This is like the spam.
You need my assistance.
Oh, right. I would need Mama Frey's assistance to actually send the kidney stone. And so she does not. She would not.
The Anti-Tracker ain't getting the money for the kidney stone. If somebody makes a kidney stone, they pay you, not him.
Damn right. Damn right,
if he's the one who's going to eat it, I'm not going to eat it.
Well, no, first they got to buy it from you.
Right. Oh,
That's
yes,
right.
That would be the thing. I mean, if Anti-Tracker, I wasn't going to send it to him for free.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if he was going to say he was going to charge, $1,000, then obviously I got to get my cut.
Yeah.
But you could
50%.
No, you don't get the cut from him. Because you know
No, I get it up front. I get it up front.
Yeah.
Yes. No, up front. Yes.
Everybody.
Good morning,
I'm afraid. Says good morning. Mountains of Elysium says, greetings to Sassy, chaser of cats, eater of Karoganite. No, she doesn't. Stalker of Cardinals, defiler of cushions, and scourge of the squirrels. Aroo! JP says, hell, if someone paid me enough, I would eat anything. Average says, I pay triple.
You should start your own jewelry collection, like with,
I should.
Yeah. Golden kidney stones.
Average would pay triple if I was wide awake for the laser treatment and if Anti-Tracker is there to eat the stone right after.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
This is going into weird territories even for me.
Yeah, this is going weird. I could tell YouTube is going to... Well, this channel's not monetized anyway, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to say this is not going to be monetized for long. But we're not monetized anyway. Oh, he didn't start streaming yet, did he? No, it's only 7:30. Okay.
And now that the Burner Prey 5X channel's gone, we're going to start the Burner Prey 5X2 channel.
Yeah, the double X channel, I guess, will be next.
Sometimes I have the feeling that the X is not for extra, but for extreme.
No, it's for extra. It could be for extreme. It could be for anything you want, except that.
X-rated.
Anything you want, except for the one.
That's right.
So I'll be honest. We defunded the police to 50%, destroyed one police station, replaced it with a park, and population went up slightly. City profitability is still way up, and we haven't lost any citizens. So maybe the Democrats are right. Maybe we should be defunding the police. I mean, at least if Cities Skylines is any.
Oh, good Lord.
Okay, let's get rid of some more police stations, because I'm feeling that even at 50%, I think maybe that's enough, because Kurogans are generally good people, so they don't really need the police. Yeah,
I would buy a genuinely past Bird of Prey 5 kidney stone earring, says JP.
Oh.
See, you could have them mounted on,
a
jewelry.
Single earring or a pair of earrings.
And Evergem says, and the stone must be unwashed.
Well,
I mean, they've been washed a little bit already.
Oh man.
Okay, now we're getting rid of a lot of police stations. Oh, let's launch the rocket while we've got people here. What do we want to call this one? We already had the Kuroga 1 and the Turd Killer X. We'll call this the Stone Cutter. Stone Cutter AT for anti-tracker. Oh, yeah.
In the harbor, there are ships, too many ships coming in, and they
I know, we have so many people coming in. I'm going to go show you guys the harbor in a second. But once I put up the harbor, we got tons and tons and tons of tourists coming in. That the ships literally overlap each other. And that was the first place I had to fix the traffic. And here we go. And now everybody's supposed to cheer. Yay, the whole city is cheering.
The whole city is cheering, and the airplanes that are flying
they're really close to the rocket.
Yes.
There we go. There's the rocket. It continues. It's making its turn, and it is out of sight. Okay, so the harbor here. This is the first place where I fixed the traffic. I had to add. Well, first we've got the London Eye here, so it is a big tourist attraction. But okay, I made these one-way streets. I added this pedestrian bridge because the people were crossing the street, causing too much traffic. You guys see when the ships actually come in, the amount of people coming in and out of this subway stop is tremendous. And one of the things I hate about not having mods is we have to use actual subway stops and not Stargates. Because I really liked using the Stargate system. It's just more fun.
And what's keeping you from putting those Stargates in?
The more mods, the harder the game. The game just gets more buggy. Plus, originally I created this city as a challenge to see how many people I could fit in without mods, and it started maxing out about 63,000 into one tile. So after a while of it not getting any bigger, I finally said, okay, well, there's nothing left to do but buy the rest of the squares. So I guess the only thing I could do now was fill in the water with land if I wanted to grow the city anymore. But I'm happy. I'm happy with 191,000 people. Let's see if after getting rid of this latest round of police stations, if that's
the Emirates built those Palm Islands.
Yeah, the Emirates. Yes. I mean, we do have an island up here we could build on, and then I could add more islands. That's, you know what? That's probably the best. Is not add to the mainland, but just add islands. Okay, so now we are starting to get to see people complain about the police. The crime rate is high, but you know the best way to deal with people who complain is to get rid of them.
Oh.
Now we have nobody complaining. Who's next? Who wants to complain next? Yes, you see, this is a good orderly. Oh, look at these people complaining. Bye-bye. Sorry. Goodbye. I think, don't worry. I'm pretty sure that entire building was full of Karens.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that Mike Pence's wife's name is Karen. I didn't know that till very recently. Okay. So this is one of the places I was thinking how to do traffic. Oh, I had a greatest idea for a video last night. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it won't be a surprise and if or when it comes out. But I really, really want to do this one. It has nothing to do with, well, not much. It really has very little to do with Star Trek. It's kind of sci-fi-ish in a way. I don't think most people will get it, but I think the channel members would find it fun. Not paid members, just the channel subscribers.
Yeah,
right.
I think you guys would like it.
Like every video that you put out.
Basically.
Did I like this one, by the way? Did I hit the like button? Yes, I did, of course.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I meant it like, not that you guys like everything I put out. I meant it like nobody else likes what I put out but you guys. That's what I meant it as.
No, I still think you are criminally undersubscribed.
I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah. And Monday on Bed Life, because I know there were people out there asking me for video ideas, I realized I have my old YouTube Word document where I had a lot of video ideas that I never finished. So on Monday, we're going to go through that document and see videos that, never got past the script. So if people want to do them, feel free. I mean, or maybe it'll give you ideas of something similar, but so that'll be something we can do on Monday.
Or how about you doing those videos?
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen. I mean, I could eventually one day. Maybe I'll reassess, but for whatever reason, I don't know. Every time I hate committing to things because then I feel bad if I'm late. I just don't commit.
Not a good trait of a politician.
No. That lack of commitment.
This guy's really complaining.
Jeff, good morning.
This guy's really complaining. He's got to go.
And Rambling says, be right back. Have to go to get a cigar before I go nuts. Been in a meeting for the other channel.
And
but we'll be right back.
Go ahead and steal some sugar packets while you're there, Rambling.
Take care, Rambling, and welcome, Jeff Franklin. Good morning. Kapla. And
if
yes,
you want to
guys,
come up to the panel, there is the link, like few chats above.
Yeah.
If you guys did not notice, I have Futurama Sunday set up for 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
We've got 2 excellent episodes, 2 of my favorite episodes in this batch of 4. Plus, the others are still pretty good too. But we've got the first Futurama Christmas episode, Xmas story. That's the 4th episode. And the one before it is going to be hilarious because it's ahead in the polls, and it's a presidential election episode for the not president, well, president of Earth, and Richard Nixon comes back, Richard Nixon's head, which it just I love. He's one of my favorite characters in the entire series, and it's going to be fun because they basically go through a whole episode where they.
Why am I not
voting.
surprised that one of your favorite characters is one of the most corrupt presidents you had in the United States?
He wasn't really the most corrupt. He was just corrupt by their standards. By today's standards, he would be he would barely get noticed.
Pinnacle of purity, right?
Well, you know what? Nixon did a lot of good things. Okay, he founded the EPA. Now, granted, the EPA later became corrupt and a tool of crazy people, but at the time, it was wonderful. The EPA is why our rivers stopped becoming, full of chemicals, and our skies are mostly breathable when there's not fires going on.
Right.
The EPA was created. It had great, intentions. It later got corrupted by people who were trying to use climate change as a political tool. But in its original form, I fully support the EPA, clean water and clean air, that type of stuff. He did get us out of Vietnam. Maybe not the best way, but at least people wanted out, and he got out. And let's face it, if you know anything about American politics, he basically won he should have won over Kennedy. He lost that race because of fraud. Now I know that was not the election that he ended up winning, but he basically won the election over Kennedy, but due to voter fraud, he lost. Because mostly in Chicago,
what type of fraud?
Illinois, like dead people voting. Kennedy's father.
So it's not a recent issue.
No, it's not a recent issue. In fact, it kind of became the joke. It kind of became an open joke at the time because of the Nixon Kennedy. I was going to say debate because of the Nixon Kennedy election. Kennedy's father was all connected throughout Chicago. Kennedy made deals with the mafia. Of course, he went back on. Well, the mafia doesn't exist, but people who wanted to pretend they were mafia, just for the lulz. But then he went back on those deals, which may or may not have played a role in his eventual assassination. But yeah, they had a machine going to just make sure he got all the votes he needed. Nobody worries about that anymore.
I'm not sure if I heard a beep or not for the StreamYard.
No, I don't see anybody.
Nobody? Okay,
but thank you. JP's is good old tricky dick. Nixon wasn't corrupt. Kennedy and the whole family was corrupt, says JP's. I don't know about Nixon not being corrupt. I mean, he was, let's put it this way. He clearly lied.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, by today's standards, everybody's lying.
Just find a politician who doesn't.
Yeah. Realistically, I mean, as politicians go, what he had was class. And, it's a shame. It's a shame that he felt he needed, that he was so worried about losing that they even needed to try to break in to the Watergate, because he won that. He ended up winning that election in a landslide, probably through whatever they got at the Watergate was probably useless compared to, he didn't win the election because of that. He would have won anyway, clearly. Oh, it's a real shame that it happened.
How many presidents have stepped down in the
He was the only one to resign, I think. And yeah, was there a second one?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. And
the president who resigned. No, not since. That's what I'm thinking about, Mom. Before.
Ask Alexa how many presidents.
Alexa, how many presidents have resigned? Only Nixon. Only Nixon resigned. Okay, I think we had an impeached president before Clinton, and then
there was, but that went nowhere as well. I think.
It didn't go anywhere. So Clinton was the second impeached, and Trump was the third impeached. But okay, yeah, no, I wasn't sure if it was impeached or resigned. Was that we had in the 1800s? So, of course, now impeached doesn't mean anything because it's just back when things meant something.
Your traffic is just running over people.
Yeah, that's okay. These people shouldn't be in the streets if they didn't want to get hit by cars. Let's see.
Once again, barking outside. That's wild.
Okay, so now we are losing money despite not funding the police. And I was saying we were losing population, but the population just ticked back up again. But this is weird. Okay, so we are losing money now. Oh, this whole area is now crime-ridden. Mm-hmm. I see. Okay. Well, I don't know. What do we do? What could make the people? Oh man, there's a lot of crime. A lot of crime here.
See, that's why you need cops.
No, Mr. Londell. Clearly, we need more schools. Okay.
JP says, "Well, I really want to live in your city now. If we are allowed to run over pedestrians." Yeah.
There's no pedestrians. There's only targets.
Oh, there was this game, old game, maybe 20 years ago or so, called Carmageddon.
Carmageddon. Oh, I love it. Just the name.
Yeah, and basically the purpose of the game was to destroy your opponents that were in cars and running over pedestrians, as many as you can. And actually, if you had like old people with walkers, and so they got stuck on your car, so they were waving like a flag while you were racing through the city. It was hilarious. It was such a violent game that in Germany, for example, all the blood had to be. You could sell the game only if the blood was green.
Wow.
So that it was like zombies, but the fun part is it was before the internet. But you had all those PC magazines, and they brought up like CDs with games and patches for games and so on and so on. And one of the patches that they brought up was that the patch turned the blood from green to red back.
So. JP says he still plays Carmageddon. I was going to Google it after this. And he says, bring in the military.
The graphics is not special, and there was as well Carmageddon 2 that had a better graphics card, and it looked great at the time with the graphics accelerator. I'm not sure if you ever had it. It was like an additional graphics card with basically additional memory, and you plugged it, and then you connected it through a VGA cable, like on the outside of the computer.
Wow. No, I never heard of that.
You had your graphics card, you connected it to this 3D graphics accelerator through a short VGA cable, and then you put your monitor into that accelerator card. I don't even know what the name was of those cards, and I know that a friend of mine bought it, the first generation of those graphic card accelerators, and it was like 8 megabytes. And I bought then the second generation, which had like 12 megabytes of additional graphics memory, and it was like, wow, smooth graphics. Everything looked beautiful.
Okay, I'm having a trouble with the city crime, so what I've decided to do is destroy the roads headed to this part of the city. So we are going to cut this half of the city off. We're going to like cut it off like a cancer, and that should prevent the crime from spreading to the rest of the city. In fact, yeah, we'll destroy the roads where the crime is. This way. Yeah, I mean that's logically sound, right?
Yeah, of course. And JP says, okay, it was a voodoo card, yeah. And Jeff says, I'm in the basement.
Voodoo.
Oh, Jeff is in the basement. Okay, bring him up.
Oh, he's in the basement. Yeah, he literally is in the basement because he's like a line below everybody else. Welcome, Jeff Franklin.
Hi,
Thank
Jeff.
you, Bird. Kapla. Hello, Yusuf.
And Dan says, yeah, I remember those game magazines that came with a disc with trailers and demos on, yeah. And even at the later stage, they had like full games on those CDs. Like, let's say it was like a 2-year-old game, they just gave it for free. Or for free, you had to pay the price for the magazine, and it was always like version without CD that was cheaper, and then one with a CD that was more expensive. But yeah, it was worth it. Like this, I got. There was a crazy game. What was it? Oh shoot! That I got like this. Oh. You were like a creature. You look and you ate mushrooms and.
Super Mario Brothers?
No. Ouch.
That was not ringing a bell.
It had a fantastic graphics, beautiful animation. It was basically like a story. But you know what I need to buy one game definitely. Leisure Suit Larry. one of those games. I loved the one Love for Sale, and I think was it called Love for Sale, and it was like on a love boat, literally a love boat, and you had like your missions that you had to fulfill, and there were like lots of girls with names of famous actors, but with a twist, like not Drew Barrymore, but Drew Bang Me More or something like this. And he got screwed so many times over and over in that game. It was a fun game. That one you could actually let me check it on Steam if it's on Steam.
We have successfully cut off this quarter of the city.
Was it Love for Sale?
Love for Sale, yeah. Steam.com.
Good morning, Mr. Londell. Hello, Captain Trek.
Morning.
On Steam.com, it's Steam.
An entire Pac-Man game, Dan23. Welcome, by the way.
And
the game magazine came with just had an entire Pac-Man game.
I remember those Voodoo cards. The first one I had was the Voodoo 2.
For sale. Okay, it's like €6 here.
That's not bad at all.
How, Bert? If I bought the game for you, would you play it on a stream?
What is it? Love for sale?
Love for sale. Yes.
Is it work? I mean, you don't have to buy it for me. I'll look at it. Is it? I'm just curious if it'll run, because some old games don't run right on.
If it's I think if it's on Steam, it should be okay.
I've had to get refunds before for games that wouldn't run because they were too old. I'll look at it. Let me look at it. I'll get it
because it's a really fun game. It's a really fun game.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to it right now, and I will when I get a chance, I will download it in case it doesn't work. I can just put in for the refund. Love for sale.
Say like a boat. Sailboat.
SAIL.
SAIL. I'm gonna say they were giving me some. Oh, this is Leisure Suit Larry 7.
Yeah, 7.
Love for sale. Wow. Yeah, okay. Positive. Oh, this was only released in 2017.
Oh, no. It's way older, the game. They probably just re-released it for Windows 7, for Windows 10 or something, because I played it. I don't know. It's a very old game. Very old
1996.
Game. Yeah.
Okay.
And I apologize for my voice. I just woke up.
Nothing wrong with your voice, Jeff.
Your voice
a little bit of congestion.
Well, maybe
you sound fine.
Maybe like 5% difference.
5%. 5%. Okay. Well, that's cool. I mean, that's. I hope YouTube allows me to play it. I'm sure they will. It's a
24-year-old game.
Yeah, sometimes they get pretty weird, but we'll do it.
It's animated, but it's fun. It's really fun to play it. It's just I don't want to oversell it, but I had like a share of laughter while I was playing it.
Dan23 says, since Star Trek Online, they haven't released any new Star Trek video games on a disc. That's probably true. Honestly, I don't keep up with Star Trek games because they've all sucked to me. They've all sucked to me.
They've just really destroyed Star Trek Online.
Ever since they put the Discovery content on, and I know you don't have to play it. I never played it much to begin with. In fact, I only really tried to play it. Played it once.
And then they've done the same with what is this new one that's come out. They've thrown the Discovery crap in there, and I think people have left it alone. Or was it not Armada? It's a new browser game. It's been out like a couple years, and they've thrown the Discovery stuff in there, and I think people are leaving it alone.
Let's see.
And JP says, and the knockoff games of Leisure Suit Larry called Eastern European Ivan, where he walks around in an Adidas suit and gold chain and white shirt, white t-shirt. Never heard about that one.
It's based on your life, Joseph. That's what it says in the description. You don't get royalties from it?
No, I should probably ask.
Yeah.
And then sue.
And then they will say that just like a tardigrade is normal for every single sci-fi concept, an Adidas tracksuit is basically
Worse, they're going to say they own you.
Come on. Yeah.
You.
I owe them. Yeah.
Yeah, you violated their copyright, which is what CBS told.
Oh, JP says I just made it up. Okay, so no money for me. And I saw myself already buying. Oh, what is such an?
Now JP's is saying he owns the idea. I see how it goes.
Oh, yeah.
I think that this cutting off part of the city idea actually works. We don't really see much crime outside of this. Well, okay, we're seeing a little more crime. But our population is barely. We only lost like 4,000 people. I'm a little concerned that we're losing money, but we have more money than
those were the unemployed cops.
Probably.
The city.
Probably. You know, we are getting a lot of fires, I'll be honest. Let's see. Is there traffic? Let's see if we can fix some traffic.
You should probably hit the city with a meteor or something.
You think? Oh, you know what? That would be one way to stop some of the crime. Yeah, let's do that. We need to see the criminals need to see that they will be punished. This is it. This is clearly the least well-behaved part of the city. So it's time. It's time they face the wrath of an angry
wrath of the dictator.
I can throw meteors at them.
Wow!
Raise the taxes to make up for the population loss. Yeah.
Okay, now which is the biggest? Oh, this is the biggest pocket of sinners right here.
Just a small one. Just a small one.
Oh, a small one? I was going for the full 10.
Oh, really?
Okay. You know what? You're right. Let's start small, because if we start big, there's nowhere to go. So we'll just send them a 3. Okay. We'll send them a 3.
Wow.
There we go. That's going to take a while, I suspect, because the game's got to calculate how it's going to kill all those people. We haven't even got the astrologist warning yet.
Astrologist.
Yeah. It's astrologist warning. That's the fun part about it.
Should we raise the taxes? I mean, we've got a lot of money.
Doom is in your stars.
Come on. Why does it always take so long for a meteor to come? It's not like it's actually coming from the asteroid belt.
Well, that could take months.
Take years.
Months? Centuries?
From the asteroid belt?
Oh, asteroid belt, actually.
Depending on its orbit and how fast it's moving.
Orbit, speed. Are the asteroids, how fast are they flying actually? Is it faster than the, I don't know, Voyager probes?
Well, if it's in orbit around the sun, it's got to be moving at a specific velocity to maintain that orbit.
Yeah.
So
the asteroid objects would be traveling somewhere between the speeds of Mars and Jupiter.
Exactly. Okay, so we just got the astrologist warning us to
I love
take
that.
shelter.
It's not the astronomer, it's the astrologer.
Yeah. Nostradamus.
All you born in the sign of Sagittarius, you are doomed.
And they all happen to live in the same area.
Yeah. Oh, my dogs are outside because they ran out, and the screen door closed behind them.
Are you locking your dogs outside now, Joseph?
I'm a monster.
Okay.
You know what? It's chill, but it's not like extremely cold. So, and they were barking here the whole time because I have problems with neighbors that live like 3 houses down from mine, and despite we have fences everywhere, the fence between me and my neighbor, which is a friend of mine, it has gaps, and the other intentional gaps, so that we have the gardens open, so we can basically cross the property line, and we can visit each other. But the other neighbors have like not very well done fences, and dogs from like 3 houses down are just digging under the fences and come over to my yard. And I'm chasing them multiple times a day away. And I was complaining already, and they got even fined for it. But it's still happening. So I think tomorrow I will be complaining again.
You got your neighbor fined?
Yeah, of course. No, I tried.
Not very neighborly.
No, I tried with them like 5 times before that they fixed their fence, and they didn't fix their fence. So I was like, okay.
This is how wars start in Europe, Joseph. You got to be very careful about this.
Honestly, I don't effing care. They, I can tell you,
this is exactly what happened for Archduke Ferdinand was assassinated.
Yeah, I can have to go over there and bail your ass out now. Okay.
I can tell you one thing. They have like 5 dogs, and I don't think
pray ready for the draft. So
I don't think
all because Joseph couldn't settle a dispute with his neighbor.
Yeah.
Good morning, LDG Pixels. The dispute is his neighbor's fence, and his dogs are coming over.
Yeah, and the dogs don't seem to be nourished well. So I'm thinking about calling a shelter.
Call the EPA, the ASPCA now, or whatever you guys have it.
Basically, yes. This, like,
they're not gonna put down the dogs.
No. They take what they are doing.
Mama Pray says, why don't you just keep the dogs?
Because I have 2 dogs and 4 cats, and I don't have
already got
for
2
another
dogs
5
and 4
dogs.
cats. You can't. What's 2 more or 3 more? Mama Pray had what, 8 cats or whatever at one point.
You know what? I would have to. In that case, I would probably have to start a fundraiser for dog food. No, because
they just feed your neighbors to the dogs. Oh, I got Mama Pray to laugh. Oh, she was saying keep the dogs, get rid of the neighbors. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a good option, but
so this section of the city is still deciding to sin and go to crime. So I've decided to throw down some thunderbolts to remind them that they have to behave. But again, that's going to take a while. So I don't know, should I do a bigger asteroid? Because this 3 didn't seem to really get the message through.
Do you think they really get the point?
I would hope so. I mean, how many disasters need to befall them before they realize that they're doing wrong?
Well, I don't know.
Incinerate them all.
Incinerate them. Wow.
See.
Let them burn. Well, okay.
There are not enough God-fearing people in your city. That's why this happens.
Maybe I should have put up a church.
Can throw rocks at these damn fools all day. They're not going to get it.
Okay. I think Miss Lundell is right. We need to put up some churches or something. It's not their fault. They're ignorant. There's a cathedral.
The way is plain.
It's not their fault.
The way is plain. It is their fault. They choose not to listen.
Can we put up another cathedral? I think it's a unique building.
JP says
can only put up
paintball
one.
guns will be extremely helpful against unruly neighborhood dogs. You know what the problem, JP, is? It's not the fault of the dogs because they are not particularly like big dogs. They are I don't know, like mid-sized dogs, and they are actually relatively friendly, and I don't have the only thing is really they shouldn't be here because they just poop on my lawn, and I hate that.
That's free fertilizer, man.
It's not a fertilizer, that's the problem.
It's disgusting.
Dog poop is not a fertilizer, and then I have to collect it, and no, it's simply that they should fix their fence, because I know that there are holes in those fences, or basically that they dug under the fences, but my dogs stay in our yard.
Yosef, you can always throw it in your compost bin.
So you're saying their dogs are hungry? Maybe they want food.
That's a possibility, but I'm not going to feed like five other dogs.
I don't blame you.
No.
Because then they will just basically come over the whole time. Oh, thank you. This is how I got 4 cats. I started feeding one stray cat, and I have like 4 of them.
Whose fault is that?
Of course, mine. But even the latest edition, this 5-month one that I have right now, what was I supposed to do? Somebody basically just threw over the fence to my neighbors a small kitten of 2 months, basically freshly taken away from the mother, and they had it they had it in their yard, and they were feeding the little one. They have as well dogs. The cat immediately became friendly with the dogs of my neighbors, and everything was fine. But they don't let him into the house. And there was a few weeks ago, there was a storm outside, and the cat was shaking on my terrace here. And I was like, okay, come in, little one. And yeah, since then he stayed. Now he gets all this vaccination and everything, and balls go off like maybe in 2-3 weeks.
Aww. So in order to get the food, you gotta take away. Well, I guess the cat learns there's no free lunch. There's no such thing as a free lunch, not even for the cats.
You know what? I do. If I didn't do these necessary steps, I would have probably right now like 100 cats.
So,
yuck.
If anything, I'm thinking the crime has only increased.
Usually you say it this way, Yosef. You get the cat fixed.
Yeah. But I think balls go off is funnier.
Well, sure. I suppose it is.
Okay. I'm not playing around anymore. We're sending a level 10 tornado now. Now they're going to really get the wrath of Bird.
Level 10 tornado?
Level 10.
Never
now,
heard.
I know that doesn't exist in real life.
Yeah.
It's not an F. No, I'm not saying it's an F10. I'm just saying it's a level 10.
And JP says, more cats, less mice or rats. You know what? Definitely, I have zero problems with mice, and especially now when it's like fall, all the mice and basically all those rodents, they are trying to get from the fields into the villages where there is more food, but they don't realize that in this yard they are the food.
LDG is saying mutilated and that there's nothing fixed about it. I guess he is anti spay and neutering.
But they need to be neutered because otherwise.
Yeah.
No, especially you know what here when you live in a village where you have no Chinese restaurants, you need to take care of the cats. Like
oh my god! Oh, there goes the channel. There it goes. When I used to work in the liquor company, the rule was don't get anything to knock the license off the wall, because we used to have our liquor license right next to our main entrance, a New York State liquor license. And you didn't want to do anything to get the license knocked off the wall. And here on YouTube, you don't want to get the channel. But nope, there's Joseph. There's Joseph.
Very, very racist of you, Joseph. Very racist.
But you know what? It's not an original idea. This is something that Bert mentioned on his bed live stream on his main channel.
Yep.
It was a joke that he made. Bert, it's your joke.
Yeah. I'm the first one to make that joke. Yeah, blame it on me.
There is proof directly.
Oh wow, there's proof of this now.
Yeah, there is. It's called the Wuhan virus.
oh man.
Charlie Oscar Victor India David -19er.
Yes. Punish these evil people. Come on, not you, evil people. The city of sin that it's descended to in this game.
That's what happens when you defund the police.
No, this is just this corner of the city. The rest of the city is not nearly as bad.
Give them police and take,
No, we're not going to give the police. You understand, Captain Track? When you have police, you get criminals. Like when you go on a witch hunt, you find witches. Okay, when you have police, you find criminals. Look, they're happy. Look, they're happy. Did you see that? They were happy that they had the tornado coming through, sucking up. Look at how happy they're getting. The tornado is sucking up the criminals. They're sucking them up into the sky, never to be seen again. Look at another. How are they so happy? Wow. They are ecstatic. Yes. Maybe there's hope for these people yet. Oh, awesome. Oh, another round of happiness. Uh-oh. You don't cross this line, tornado. These people aren't so bad. Oh no. Don't fly into the tornado. Yes. Uh-oh. It might be a little collateral damage.
You think?
Oh, son of a bitch.
Category 10 tornado. Yeah, of course there'll be collateral damage.
You know what?
Maybe I should have.
Things like that.
Oh, no.
No. Things like this, natural disasters and war.
If you threw a meteor on the tornado, would it disperse the tornado?
Maybe. It's worth a shot.
Wow.
It is worth a shot.
Why don't they just make this a random element in the game itself anyway? Like
you can.
Yeah.
Disasters.
You can. Okay, let's hopefully the tornado's in the right spot when the asteroid comes down.
Jeez.
Oh, Lord.
Talk about adding insult to injury.
No, look how happy those people are getting. Oh, did the tornado went away?
Yeah,
Hey, the
it's
tornado
dissipated.
gets dispersed. Oh, can I cancel the asteroid?
I'd say probably not.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Oh, hey guys. Bad news. Asteroid is going to come because, well, maybe the fact that the asteroid's on its way.
If you send a flood wave, it could soften the impact.
You know that might work. Might work.
Bird, why do I get the impression when you were a teenager you were like Beavis? Fire, fire.
I'm afraid wouldn't let me play with fire.
Can you blame her? I mean, look at what you're doing, man.
I don't blame her at all.
You know what? But I'm not a terrible guy. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to put down some emergency shelters. I think we've got, there we go. We've got emergency shelters. So let's go ahead and put down some shelters.
I started watching yesterday this Sylvester Stallone movie. What is it called? Daylight.
Ever heard of it?
No, it's about the collapse of the tunnel between New York and New Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
And, oh, okay. Did you put the shelters directly in?
I think I might have put a shelter right under the meteor.
Yeah, next to the crater.
We'll put some. Well, now there's going to be a tidal wave coming. So,
did you send the tidal wave?
I did. It's going to take a while.
Oh,
it's going to take a while.
You're going to have a fucking lake in the middle of your city.
It's
okay, Bird. This game, if they should add content to it, a downloadable content where if you get far enough into the future, you can generate a black hole.
No, that'd be awesome.
And you would need just a tiny one.
Yeah. It would only have to be the size of a pin to destroy a city. A pinhead.
Well, they should have, because they do have some advanced technology. If you play the game right and you build the right buildings, you can eventually get a space elevator. You can get the Large Hadron Collider, which looks nothing like the real Large Hadron Collider. You can get some advanced stuff. So yeah, they should have things that create black holes accidentally.
I thought it was
accidentally.
At the Stargate.
LDG says abort. Stop listening to Joseph.
I was trying to help.
JP says just because she didn't let you play with fire, it doesn't mean you don't. Well, I did. I used to follow the rules.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I still
believe in that one, Bird. Not.
Mama Pray. Did Joey ever obey the rules?
They're asking if I ever obeyed the rules. She's not answering.
Yeah.
She's like, I always
That's an answer in itself.
If somebody told me, not to pour baby powder into the carpet, then I wouldn't have done it. But nobody ever told me not to do that, so I did it once. Only once. If somebody had told me not to pour my milk into the couch cushion, I wouldn't have done it. But nobody ever told me not to do that, so I did it many, many times. And if somebody ever told me not to stab a waterbed with a screwdriver, I probably would have done that anyway, because man, I couldn't help myself with that.
Wow.
What does it do? Is it really like
I stabbed the top of it so it didn't drain out, because that would have been too obvious. They didn't realize there was a hole in it until they laid on it and they started getting wet.
I never understood the concept of a waterbed. Is it
You know, I don't know.
pleasant?
I don't understand the concept of a waterbed either. It sounds like it was just some marketing gimmick.
I can tell you this: it's not good for my back.
Definitely, because when I go for a new mattress and we are changing the mattresses, I don't know, every 5 years or so, I'm always looking for the hardest mattress that is available on the market.
Me too.
I don't like.
Not me. Not
me. I don't like those soft mattresses, and this
Before I ended up in the hospital bed, I bought a Sleep Number bed, which you can change the firmness by a remote. I kind of liked it. I did. Wasn't the best bed ever, but for the price and the ability to keep it clean and whatnot, I think it was good for me.
Yeah.
JP says waterbed is great for lazy sex.
I'm guessing that's really the only reason.
What, for a waterbed?
Yeah. And now if the waterbed had a cooling pump, that I might like, because I would love to lay on a cold bed.
See, that's the thing. You can turn the heater off, and then
I didn't know they had heaters.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Waterbeds have heaters.
Yeah.
They have
Yes.
heaters?
Yep.
What about coolers? Do they have coolers?
If you turn the heater off, it gets cool.
How does it get cool if it's 98 degrees in a house? It's not going to get cool.
If you have 98 degrees in a house, you have a serious problem.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. That's a good
Well,
point.
whatever. If it gets to 80, 90 degrees in the house, it's still going to be, eventually, the waterbed's going to get to 80 degrees.
Okay. Why?
I want one of those fancy heaters.
Yeah,
Let's see if you get that reference.
Why would it be 80 degrees?
Oh, I get the reference.
Because if I don't want to run the air conditioner, because I just want to keep my bed cool, I wouldn't mind sleeping in a cool bed and have, warmer air around me.
And Jeff, I want a piece of the action.
Well,
Aha, ha, ha. I see what you did there.
I think we've successfully minimized the crime now.
Carlos says 98 degrees Celsius. Yeah.
Wow.
No, not 98 degrees Celsius. Still waiting for that tsunami. The tsunami takes by far the longest. Let's see, is it coming in yet?
So what did you think of the final episode of Lower Decks, Cap? Just curious.
7.
7? That's high praise from you. I gave it a 5.
Which is a high praise from you.
Yeah, considering the next one was next best one was 2.3, I think. 2.2 or 2.3.
Yeah.
There's the tsunami. It's slowly headed towards the city.
And they have no freaking idea.
Oh, I should probably start putting people into shelters.
How many boats are coming in?
Sound the
No,
tsunami
they're not
warning.
underground. Oh, those boats.
Yeah.
Oh,
They-
the harbor. We're still getting tourists.
There will be they will become monuments in the city shortly.
Yeah.
I tell you, when they get to the subways, it's going to be a disaster.
Yeah, I mean,
How are those boats combining? How are they
Listen,
merging?
we have phasing technology.
It's like the Titanic in Ghostbusters too, you know.
And here's all our tourists coming in.
Now, wait a minute. Go ahead, Bird.
They're all coming in to see the city before the tsunami hits, and most of them are going down into the subway to get the hell out of here, which I suggest they do, but I don't know where they should
probably
go.
drown.
The rocket is not be able to launch a rocket before the tsunami gets here. Where did I put all those shelters?
I received my script last night for the next episode that I'm participating with History with R&R, and it is on the Titanic. So I might be one of those ghosts on that on the Titanic that came in Ghostbusters 2.
Okay, I sounded the general alarm for all citizens to report to shelters.
I don't hear the klaxon.
Why don't you have the shelters on the coast?
Why would I put the shelters on the coast?
Because the tsunami is coming.
You don't want to be near the coast. You want to be inland, highest spot as you can get.
Maybe we need some more smaller shelters.
The problem is weed is forbidden here, so I can't get as high as I want.
Come on in, people. Come. Save yourselves. This government.
Avoid the planet Earth. Oh, sorry.
Where are all the
can't save you all?
At all costs.
Save your energy. Save yourselves. Avoid the planet Earth at all costs. Further transmissions may not be possible.
It's been a very long time since I've seen Star Trek 4.
It's been a long road. I watched it like a week ago.
Really?
Yeah. It's fun.
I've got the first 6 movies on Blu-ray. I've been meaning to watch them. I haven't done it yet.
I bought the whole box of Blu-rays. The only thing that angers me is that Star Trek 6 is not the director's cut on the Blu-rays. It's only
that really upsets me.
Yeah.
And the first movie is as well only the remastered original one, but not the director's cut with those.
Well, the reason the first one isn't is because the new effects were only rendered at SD.
Oh,
okay. So, they can't. Yeah, they would have a hard time making it high def, then, wouldn't they?
Yeah. I would love to have that movie in 4K. It's such a beautiful film.
Which one? The first one?
Yes.
In terms of special effects, basically the closest one with very good special effects is actually the 6. That comes close in terms of quality of special effects.
I'm not going to release the citizens from shelters until the tsunami hits. God damn it! Don't tell me.
Because basically all the other movies, so from Wrath of Khan to number 5, what is it called? I even keep forgetting.
Final Frontier.
Oh, Final Frontier. Thank you. They have a very cheap special effects. I mean the
special effects cheap.
Budget wise. And since there was not money for digital effects and the technology wasn't there, I have to really say that the first one had like huge budget, so they could do a lot of special effects and everything. And then you had Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, and basically it starts with a beautiful effect with the explosion of Praxis, and
Praxis. Sir, I can confirm the location of Praxis, but I can't confirm the existence of Praxis on screen.
Yeah, that explosion really. I was getting into home theater at the time, and just on VHS, I had I think for analog, I probably had the best surround system you could afford without going into the poorhouse. And when that on video, when it exploded and the wave came and it wrapped around with the sound, I was like, that was the best thing I had heard coming out of those speakers since the THX deal.
The THX logo, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember in terms of audio and everything. I bought my first DVD set. Oh, when was it? Gladiator was my first movie that I bought on DVD.
Oh, really? You were way behind. Because I started buying classic movies on DVD.
Not really way behind. I can tell you that when we had like what is it called, a DVD rental and VHS rentals, it was I can tell you that I was at the rental place where I was going to. They had, at the time when I bought my home cinema, it was a Sony DVA 300. It was the only THX. Sorry, not THX. What is it called? DTS. The first and only DTS sound system available here in the shops. That when I bought it, it cost me at the time basically. How much would it be? It was probably something like 2K. At the time, it was expensive when I bought it, and I remember distinctly that the first movie that I basically bought was Gladiator, and I remember like my mother was yelling at me that the horses are running across the house. In the where there was the scene in the Colosseum in Rome where they had the Battle of Carthage. When the horses were running there, she was like, "The horses are all around the house." And you know what? The scariest movie that I have on DVD is in terms of sound effects is what is it called? The sci-fi movie Event Horizon.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know. It's a sci-fi horror movie.
Event Horizon.
Yeah.
That's one I skipped because it had really bad reviews.
You know what? It's not a bad movie, but it's really a horror movie. It's really a horror movie in space. But the sound effects, I can tell you, certain sound effects. I think the box that I have like the collector's edition. It even says that some of the effects can cause you like nausea and stuff because it is really scary. The sound effects in that movie, especially with the DTS sound.
Now I'll tell you one movie I have on VHS that had really great sound images in home theater was The Shadow. I still have it on VHS. I haven't gotten it on Blu-ray, or I don't even know if it's on Blu-ray yet or not.
Mm-hmm.
But when Cranston turns into the shadow and does that laugh, it will echo. It'll bounce between all the 5 speakers. It's great.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, have they improved it? If it's Blu-ray yet or not.
Oh, that they if they have the audio tracks, they can do whatever they want with them. Yeah. And Carlos says, "Have you let the horses in the house again? Get them out. I told you about this before." Yeah. Exactly. And you know what I actually really liked was in First Contact, the first scene, the dream scene where Picard is on the Borg cube, and the camera is just so running across the cube.
Oh yeah.
The sound goes really left, right, and everything. That's crazy. And now I have in my living room. I don't have actually a home cinema right now. I have because I bought years and years ago a set of speakers from Logitech. And it was at the time their highest model of 5.1 speakers, and this is something that I have in my living room, and it's actually fantastic for movies and games. The sound is it is like optical and decoders for DTS. It's by far not what is it called right now, the latest sound technology. What is it called?
Okay, yeah, the damn. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's by far not.
It's an extra set of speakers that bounce off the ceiling.
Yeah, off the ceiling and something like this. I don't have that, but honestly, 90%, 99% of my time, I'm anyway listening to everything with headphones, just like right now. So, and I always make the joke that the TV that we have in our living room is basically just like a black picture frame because we are not using it at all. You know what, I can tell you that in those 10 years that we have the TV, an average family uses their TV under 1 month more than we used at the TV in 10 years. So
I think you're talking about Dolby Atmos.
Atmos, exactly. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff. Exactly, Atmos. Dolby
I had to
Atmos.
look it up.
It's the sound quality is fantastic, but the thing is, you need to have the proper layout for it.
Yeah, you need a big enough room,
and the room needs to be really big. A friend of mine has it. He lives in a flat, and he has an average-sized living room, and he has the Dolby Atmos. He bought the system and everything. It sounds good. But it would sound probably better if you had like more space available. And anyway, you need to be seated correctly just to have the best sound option, the best sound experience and everything. So, but definitely the Dolby Atmos sound is fantastic, and when you are watching movies, like he's a all DC fans, so Batman movies and everything with this, and he has like the Blu-ray for the 4K Blu-ray player with it, and all the jazz. Yeah, honestly, I'm not saying I wouldn't have the money to buy it, but I don't need to buy it because I wouldn't use it anyway because I don't have the time for it. And if there is like time, like right now, downtime on a Sunday afternoon for me, yeah.
I mean,
I'm here with you.
See, I only have it's just 5.1 system, and I use the hell out of it. Okay, so and I know guys, you know, they've gone 6 and 6.1, 7.2, and I'm like, okay, your apartment is smaller than mine. Why do you need 2 subs?
Yeah.
I mean, your neighbors are gonna freaking kill you, man. They don't care.
And the thing is, I like it loud when I play like when I listen to when I'm watching a movie on the TV with all the speakers on, but then I want to be considerate to my dogs, you know.
Harlow, I don't think duct tape is going to help. There's been some unfortunate developments in the city.
What have you
unfortunate.
Yeah, somebody went crazy with power and dropped dozens and dozens of level 10 meteors. But the good news is we're going to wash it all away, as the tsunami is just a mere minutes from hitting the city.
Can you speed up time?
I've sped it up now to the max. I didn't realize it was on slow, but even at max speed, due to all the water calculations, it's taking its time to actually. Although it's actually crossed over onto land already over here. What'd you say, Mama Prey? Oh, Mama Prey's taking cover. Yes.
Yeah.
Good call.
I think Mama Prey is in the safe zone.
So we're about to actually have the first of the tsunami. Yeah, I know there's a tsunami approaching the area. We're a little late. We saw it on the horizon.
So, but with the crater in the middle of the city, you will have a lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
It's going to have several lakes.
We're going to have 20-something lakes, depending how high the tsunami gets, which it appears to be pretty high.
Oh, my God.
I wonder if any of the shelters actually survived. Surprisingly, we've got 50,000 people still left in the city. Maybe those are all the people in the shelters.
50,000 fools, you mean?
Come on, let's see at least one lake fill up from this tsunami. Oh, why does it keep going down? Oh, every time it warns me about a disaster, it automatically puts the speed back to slow. I had to speed it up again.
By the way, I was so much suggesting Dante speak to you that I had that I watched it because I was so eager to see it. So I watched it already.
Watched what?
Dante speak.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? What they did with the movie is really good. There was only one scene where I could see that it's not like a real, because they didn't use CGI. They did everything practical in that movie, and there was only one scene where I could see, okay, this is a model.
Why? Who's Sue? Asked Carla. Why am I saying Sue nor me? Sue is the angry god of the sea.
Yeah.
What?
She sends waves, which are called namis. So Sue's namis are what's it currently the current problem.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, God.
People are dying, and you're cracking jokes. I mean,
Mom O'Brien thought it was Johnny Cash. A boy named Sue?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
Like a girl named Michael? That sounds correct to you?
That's... Now, even Tilly said the only girl she's ever heard with the name Michael was Michael Burnham. Yeah, but Mom will probably work with a girl, Michael. We know that there's the woman, Michael, who's the real estate agent. And we know there's anti-tracker. Quite a few.
You call an anti-tracker a girl?
That's what he said.
No,
and
girl,
there's my
woman,
and,
whatever he wants to.
You said we have a woman who's a real estate agent, and we have anti-tracker.
Right.
So you're saying
implying that anti-tracker is a woman,
or that
sure sounded like it to me.
Yeah.
Or you saying he's transitioning?
That's another possibility. It's not our business. The only important thing to remember is that he or she did ask Google
them
to eat kidney stones.
Don't forget, it's them. They.
Them. Isn't that the river that runs through England? London?
Wait a minute. Aren't they supposed to tell us their own personal pronouns?
No, that's ridiculous. We're supposed to know it offhand.
Well, the way
LD, are you getting these clips?
Yeah. he should be a clipping fool about right now.
And Carlos says, I think the long hair confused him.
I think that's why he has the long hair.
Because
he thinks he's channeling some kind of perceived Viking DNA or some stupid shit like that. You know,
he's getting some hippie DNA. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new lakes with, I don't know, another 8 on the way.
And Dan says, when I was younger, I used to like playing Virtual Springfield on PC.
Can't believe how many people are still happy. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and release them from the shelters. I know the wave is still coming through, but they've been in there a long time. Oh, and Anti-Tracker just started, so that's a good spot to end this.
Screw it.
I gotta eat breakfast.
I agree. Screw it.
Well, I'm going to listen. So
Bird wants to watch. So
yeah, I want to watch. I want to eat breakfast anyway. So
yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, that's a good reason. Breakfast is fine.
So, Bird, will you check the game? The check out the
yes,
game?
I have the game open. I will check it out. I will probably download it, and we'll see when we can play it. Maybe this Tuesday.
Tuesday start Deep Space Nine Tuesday. Don't forget.
Oh, that's right. Tuesday's Deep Space Nine Tuesday again. Thank you, Joseph.
Yep.
So Wednesday, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. We'll get to play it.
Oh, before Discovery stream, right?
Yeah, or during. I don't know. I don't know how much. I don't know how much bug eating I can take this week. Before. So before we go, Joseph, anything you'd like to say?
Actually, only thanking you for the stream. It was a lot of fun.
You're always welcome. Mr. Londell?
City building is fun. You should try. You should try Pharaoh instead, though. It's
Pharaoh?
Yeah, ancient Egyptian cities. It's more of a challenge.
Nice. Okay, I'll look at it. Captain Trek.
Just wanted to say I'm looking forward to Futurama later.
Yes, Futurama, 2 p.m. main channel. Be there.
Wow, Okibora, hello from Indonesia. Hello from
Okibora.
From United States
just
and
about
Slovakia.
Ending the stream by Kapla.
But it's not the only stream that you will have today. When do you start the
2 p.m. Eastern.
2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah.
There will be daylight time, technically.
Daylight time. Yeah.
Will be Futurama on the main channel, the Bird of Prey 5 channel. And let me put in the link to Anti-Tracker for people who want to head there directly. He's got 2.5 minutes left of his introduction song. I will rally over there at Anti-Trackers. Anyone else, feel free to join. And Jeff Franklin. Oh, wait, Captain Track, did you finish?
I finished.
Okay. Jeff Franklin, anything you'd like to say before we go?
Yes, thank you for doing this. It was fun watching Vengeful God destroying his
I was
followers.
trying to help them.
Always fun, Bird. Thank you for doing it, and looking forward to Futurama.
Very cool. Me too.
We'll all be there.
I will see you guys later then, or at Anti-Trackers.
Take care. Bye.
All. Bird out.
Mr. Bird.
Kapla.